that. I want some wild stories. Mine is no. I want to live vicariously through somebody. No, I was hoping.
I about got attacked by like a 70-plus-year-old man in Coronado, and his wife was so drunk she was on her knees, passed out with her shoes off.
Oh, okay.
That was just so random. So walked by, and he was not being nice and screaming at her, and I asked if I could help him, and then he wanted to fight me. So that happened.
I was wondering what the context was that you
No, I could walk by, yeah.
So came to defense.
I don't normally see people that are my grandparents' age. That's
well, and you were down there. You were down there for the Rose Bowl, weren't you?
I was. Yeah, but it's been a couple of days in Coronado before I went up to the test meeting.
Yeah, I was just emotionally recovering after that game.
So I was too.
Yeah, really.
Okay, well, morning. Let's get started. We don't have a ton today, first of the year, so but we do have a recognition reports are out. So we don't have the national awards yet, but this should be the tabulation for the year. Finally came out, so we're going to jump into at least this office. So month to date, our top 20 month to date. So Robin Masters taking number 1. Is Neil here? Neil Glover, Sarah Timken, Marsha Elmore, Laura McMullen, Jeff Tackett, Linda Coleman, Jenny Ferguson, Susan Davis, Julius Bland, Justin Erickson, Randall Thomas.
Ooh, all right.
Congratulations. Robin Christensen, Jessica Long, Christian Schmidt, Devin Farley, Marla Holman, Wendy Bunnell, and Leslie Neagley, all for December 2022. So congratulations, everyone. That's your top 24 last month. And for the year, so, and this is what will be updated later on, but when we do our awards. So Leslie Neagley took number 1 for the office.
There's just so much minor assault happening in the audience.
So yeah. Neil, number 2. Michelle Gilder, number 3. Tamara McKinney at 4. Followed by Sarah Timken, Fran, Christina Dalton, Sandra Sweetland, Lakshmi Connolly. Julia maintained 10 on both last month and the year. Deb, number 11. Congratulations. Wendy Bunnell, Laura McMullen, Jessica Long, Michelle Franks, Robin Masters, Melanie Morganek, Manoj, and Carrie. I hope I said that right, Manoj. Jenny Ferguson, and Carolyn Chavez. So congratulations to everyone. Awesome. And then small teams. So for December, we have the Midas team, Your Home, Tracy Burton, I think, is probably skiing. Are you here? They didn't let you up Canyon?
Still doing avalanche mitigation.
Oh. Okay.
Give them one later. I got all kinds of reasons.
I think.
When I'm selling a bunch of houses, I'd rather be there.
I know you'd rather be there. We talked last night. So, Utah Property Stores, K Group, Willow Valley Real Estate, and Compass Group for the month of December. And then for the year, we've got Your Home, number 1, Compass Group, Epic, Tracy, Burton team, so Tracy and Mike. Utah Property Stores, the Midas team, K Group. I know you guys can read these, but it's just real life. Warren and Hamby, Willow Valley Real Estate, and then Abstract. I know this one's a big one. Top teams. I don't know if you guys.
Large team.
Yeah, our large team. But we do have someone, 2023, that's going to try to give them a run for their money. So, but Mojo Real Estate, number 1, and Elevate Real Estate Group, number 2. And that's always the same for it. Congratulations, everyone. It has been a tough year. We know that, especially right in that middle. And so, all these numbers are still impressive. So, congrats. And then we'll have the final study. 31st. Excellent. Production power. So just a couple quick reminders.
This is really cool. Did you guys know that Caldwell will email you what you should post for the week, how you should post it, which hashtags you should use, which format and channel you should put it on? It's really cool. If you sign up for this, you can also go to socialmediasignup.com and fill out the forms. They will just email you. They give you a folder with all of the content and say, post it on these days, use these hashtags, and it's done for you. And then you don't have to make a plan. You just do it. And that'll help your social media grow.
You can make some changes if you want. You don't have to use theirs, but they do have recommended content and then the media that goes with it. So this is for, I think, all platforms: Facebook, Instagram.
They do Reels for Instagram, but you can use it on TikTok.
Okay.
And I think actually LinkedIn.
And LinkedIn, that's your one. So. Oh, well.
I don't know how that happened.
Just a reminder, we've talked about it before, but Real Vitalize. So if you have, again, they don't have to use the money. I recommend that any listings go on, at least just put it in there. You may need it. Your clients may need the money down the road because it will help with repairs, repair requests, staging, those types of things.
If I like, you could get plow driver paid and keep the sidewalks clear and the driveway clear for you.
Yep, and remember, it's no cost. Anywhere from $50 to $50,000, just has to be 3% of the sales price, and then that's just collected at the end of closing. Okay? And you can find out more. Oh, they have streamlined, by the way, the participation agreement. It used to be kind of difficult to find, but now it's the enrollment process is a lot easier on desk. So you can find that under the Real Vitalize tab on my CV. Quick reminder.
In Prospect Square, pop in there, check out your clients for life, make sure you're good with what's going out. This is the preview of what was in my Prospect Square. They're finalizing these details, but this is going to be emailed out next week. So check in, make sure you're good with it, either opt out or let it go, make sure
check the verbiage, make sure you're happy with that. So just remember, it's going to be auto sent on the 17th. So if you want to make any changes to it, do so by the 17th. And they'll again, no more details for it by then.
By the 16th, because it goes out at like 5 a.m. on the 17th.
Yep.
It's me.
Susan, I was looking for you.
Yeah, it's me.
So
do you want to play the?
I didn't include the video.
Oh, you
Alex.
did it.
I can add it.
No.
Okay.
No.
We didn't know if you wanted the video or not, so we didn't.
Okay. We are going to talk really quick about the 2-1 buy downs and why they work better for a buyer than, say, the price reduction. And so if you had a sales price, sales price $300,000, and or price cut it down to $292. The difference being, if we just had a full do nothing, and this is kind of based on a 7%, which is not 7%. It's more like 6 and an 8 or 5.875 yesterday, so it's getting there. But let's just pretend
it's higher than gas prices now.
Let's just pretend. So the mortgage principal and interest portion would be $19.92 a month. And then if you decide to reduce the price rather than pay the 2-1 buy down, it would just be $19.43. But if the seller decides that they're going to do the buy down, the temporary buy down for the buyer, that reduces it for the first year to $16.10. So you can see that it's well worth asking for the 2-1 buy down. And just for rough math, if you're doing it, it's about 2.25 of the loan amount, not sales price, that will take the 2-1 buy down. So, just to do fast math, hey, would you rather, can we advertise this for the 2-1 buy down? We just take 2.25, and that's about what it's going to cost the seller to do the buy down.
Not only that, it might make your deal possible.
Oh yeah, and it's huge because the one thing that we're seeing with all of these buyers is like, well, I don't want a $3,500 a month payment, and I mean it's just a shock. So if you can reduce it by $300 up to $500, that's a lot. So
And that's the first year of the loan.
that's the first year, and then the second, and then the second year would be 1% higher, and then 3 through 30, the rest. And then also another thing that's asked, what happens if you refinance it or you sell it before all of that escrow account that they put aside for the buy down? It goes back to the borrower to reduce the principal when they pay it off. So they absolutely get the benefit.
So it's not a fee to the lender for their benefit to purchase the rate down. It's sitting in escrow and using it.
Yeah, because what happens is that when you go to closing, the note will always say 7%, but the payment will be subsidized, the difference between the 1610 and the 1992, and for 12 months, and then you stick that in an account, and then the next, and so it's all just sitting there, and it's subsidized by the lender every month, so that the investor gets the 1992. Anyway, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to call us and we can
do a buy down with an arm?
No, just on a 30-year fix.
Are you seeing very many arms?
No, because the yield on a 7-year T-bill and a 5-year T-bill and a 3-year T-bill are higher than the 10-year T-bill. And so it doesn't make much sense. I see that the 7-year is getting a little bit closer to the 10-year, which might be the way that as we go through this year, maybe the arms will come back because it won't be so inverted. But that's the reason why arms just are kind of crazy right now. So this is definitely the 2-1, 3-1 is kind of hard to because it gets pricey. Yes.
So the rate by the 1610 that you're talking about, is that for just for seller financing or you can go?
No, that would be a mortgage, a 30-year fixed mortgage that you would put to buy it. I didn't put the mortgage.
And the 1610, how long does?
12 months, 12 payments. So it's 12 months, and then it maxes out. And it's no prepayment penalty, just can pay it off in part or in full at any time. So,
Perfect.
yeah, it's just the trick. Just use the trick. This is the trick.
Well, it works.
Okay.
So, thanks, perfect. Thanks, Susan.
I'll
Appreciate
stay
it.
with
Patty, are you?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome.
Morning, everybody.
Also, I'd like to thank Patty for breakfast this morning. Invited,
Mike actually did the legwork, so you can't watch.
Oh,
There he is.
Sorry, Patty and Mike.
So Sam and I will be doing, right after we're done here, a PR class. I'm calling it a class. It's not accredited with the state yet, but we would love for you to stay and learn a little bit about preliminary title reports. I think even if you're seasoned, you might learn something new, but for new agents too. Fran actually brought it to my attention and said it probably be a good idea to do one. So we're going to go over what is our role and what you need to, do you know what to do with the PR once you get it? And whose job is it to read the PR? And we're a split state, and we'll explain a little bit about that. But ordering your listing PR when and why. And also I wanted to announce on Tuesday, January 31st, is going to be your probate class right after. Jenny Decker is a wonderful probate attorney that we've had a long relationship with. And mark this down. You don't want to miss this one. She just really does a fabulous job and is, we had people come in for closing and somebody's deceased. And it's like, whoa, we have to stop everything. And she can get a probate done in a day. She doesn't like me advertising that, but she can. She's really, really good. And the courts know her and everyone knows who she is. So she's been a good friend of ours for a long time, and she'll be here on the 31st. So plan on attending that. Stick around if you can, please, for our PR class. And I'll introduce Sam when we get to that point. Okay?
Okay. Sign up for this one. They are providing lunch, so there's a sign up board over here. That way they can get a count. Yes, this one is just the end.
And honestly, if you don't know much about probate or need a refresher, this will be awesome. I've been seeing a lot more of it recently. Unfortunately, we run into it on a regular basis. But I've had a lot more questions within the last probably 2 or 3 months on probate than I've had in a while.
I've done many deals that probate's involved or should have been involved, and some are simple, but most of them are not. So it's a really, really good subject to have some kind of background on if that happens to you. I actually did one in 45 minutes one time, but that's because everything was perfect the way it was supposed to be. And I did another one in 4 weeks.
Yeah, they can take a minute. So, well, and then some people don't even know. That's the downside. I've talked to a few where you've got a seller that's they just had somebody pass and they don't even know about this. And they go to try to list or sell and find out that they can't yet. So yeah, January 31st, 11 to 12, and yes, it is the. Is Mark here? Nope. Okay. A couple things coming up. So the Economic Summit 2023, which is what's going to be going out on that Science for Life. So consumer behaviors, what's driving home ownership. That's going to be taught by Tammy Miller out of Colorado. What the economy is looking like in 2023, slowing obviously, but hopefully growing. What we may be able to anticipate. Elliot Eisenberg. This is also January 31st at 2:30. Yes, no, I'm sure.
I converted that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So 2:30 to 4. So you can RSVP here, hit the code, the QR code. These will also go out in the sales room, so to register for them.
We'll walk straight here.
Yes.
All right, so Clothing Club is coming back January 23rd. It runs through President's Day. The last class is the Tuesday after President's Day in February. It's 7 weeks. He said that even if you've done it before and you thought the content was stale, he wants to remind you that the market has changed significantly since we did the first round. So he has new speakers, new topics to deal with what's happening now in our market. And I would love it if we had 20 agents sign up for this class. I think that would be a great start. If we don't have 20 sign up here, we are hosting it in Linda's office. Which office is that?
For South Valley. So they will be doing it no matter what. If we don't get 20, if we have 20, we will run it out of here as well. Again, it's a kickstart to the year as well. Helps keep you accountable, helps you get going. And like Bridget said, and Alex has told us, some material has changed, trying to adapt it to the current market with new presenters, new speakers. And so, if interested, we need to know as soon as possible because we're going to be starting on January 23rd. So, let us know, register, sign up with the QR code, so that we can get a head count, so we know whether we're doing it out of here or whether anyone that is interested is going to go to Driscoll.
There's a form over there with the QR code too, if you want to do it after. And it's in the reminder I sent yesterday. There's a link to the form. This isn't like a Caldwell form. I just made it. It's just going to me. You're just telling me if you want to do it. So
yeah. So so for those of you that are in your first 2 years, you are required. There's a mandatory 12-hour new agent licensing course you have to take before you renew your license. Okay. So if you have not taken that already, this is being offered for free. It's going to be February 8th and 9th from 9 to 4 at our Union Heights office. Okay. Again, you're required to have it within your first 2 years to renew your license. So if you are within that time frame and you have not taken this, then I recommend go get it done. And again, it's free and you can knock it out now. So February 8th and 9th, 9 to 4. There's a registration link in email. We'll also include it with, I think most of you probably got that email yesterday. And so look for that or check on the sales slide when we send it out. But I mean, pre-CE, go get it. Okay, a couple quick market updates. Most of this is probably not going to be surprising, but we just want to kind of see how the trend was for the last year, where we're about. So median sales price 2022 is pretty much the same as the previous month. We were at 480,000, down about 1%, 486 previous month, but it's surprisingly equal to about what we were last year at this time. So that to me, so we're not seeing a lot of price changes yet. I guess is kind of the indicator here.
Year over year.
Yeah, year over year. So I don't know, obviously we'll see kind of how this year shakes out. I'll get into, they're obviously doing the forecast on Friday, but we haven't seen a lot of price changes since last year, year over year. This is going down now. So sales price versus list ratio. Remember, for a while there, people were listing and everything was going above, right? Anything, when you get sales price and list ratio, it's above 100%, then seller's market, and we're now going down. As we saw this slip about 4 months ago, we're at about 97% now from sales price to list ratio. I think we're getting a little bit better because part of this was also people just not pricing correctly, right? Still running with comps that were, you know, when the market was hot and inaccurate, so we saw a lot more price adjustments. And so, but right now we're about a 97% sales price, 97, 98% sales price to list ratio. So I'm hoping that we see some corrections, at least from a pricing standpoint, and then the market will move a little bit more, which also hopefully feeds on the market. This one was interesting. So number of properties were down almost 44% from last year.
Yeah, 42.
When it comes to properties sold. And again, I know most of this isn't price. We've seen this trend. We know what happened at the end of last year. So we've got to see what's going to happen over this next year. I think for me though, the things that are standing out right now is we haven't seen these major valuation decreases that everybody has been, you know, touting and saying is going to happen. I personally, and I don't know what's going to happen after Friday. We'll have a little bit more insight, but this isn't a 2006 thing. I think there are probably going to be some price adjustments throughout the next year, depending on how rates go and everything. But again, we're still low inventory. We still have a ton of buyers that need housing, and so that supply and demand is still there. It's just figuring out how to get people into homes from a mortgage standpoint. So average DOM is up quite a bit. As you know, when DOM starts to increase, you start to see it more shifting towards the buyer's market.
Even at that though, like I wanted to say, this is January 2020, with 54 days on market. So we're only 5 days more at this point. So that's before COVID went up. So yeah. I think it's still okay. I don't feel like the sky's falling.
No, again, I mean, we talked about this the last, you know, few months. I feel like the market's normalizing, okay? We may have a little bit of pendulum swing, a little far, but I think it's more normalizing than anything else. And so, but we'll see if this trend continues. We'll see how rates go, you know, as they try to curb inflation and what else it does. But right now, I wouldn't be scared. I mean, there's opportunities that are going to be out there. There's a lot more opportunities for buyers now. Buyers don't have to, you know, throw a bunch of money over appraised value. They can do inspections. They can actually make sure that they want to buy the house, that they put, you know, earnest money down on and put in a contract. So I think it's a good thing right now. It's just hard for us all to adjust to when we were used to such this run on market. I did want to mention one thing. So average sales price per square foot, this really just kind of helps give you a trend of what's going on with property values, okay? What I want to caution, because I've had a lot of questions on this, especially if you're newer, you don't do market analysis off of your price per square foot in Utah, okay? It's weighted completely different. Your basements have a lower weight on value than your gross living, which is anything main level and above. Appraisers do it that way, but we have a lot of basements in Utah. If you take the whole square footage and try to do price per square foot and price your home accordingly, you're going to have wild values. It helps with trends. It helps to get an idea where pricing is going, but price per square foot is not the best way to do a market analysis in Utah. There's a lot of different factors that go into that as well. Besides finishes of a home, but really that true weight. You can have, you know, 2 homes next door to each other, both of 4,000 square feet, but one basement might be 2,000, whereas the other one is maybe 500. Your price per square foot is going to be wildly off. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I've been getting a lot of questions and people are asking why their values are so off with what's going on in a particular neighborhood. So, but they are a good indicator for trends on where pricing may be going. And the new listings, this one wasn't drastic. You know, we are down on this last month. Yeah, 31% from last month. but we've seen that kind of slow down. Part of that's holiday, at least from the month before.
16% from last year.
Yeah, so, and again, like I said, I don't think these numbers are surprising, especially with this time of year. And that's 16%. I mean, you're looking at 300 listings.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's kind of our trends for right now. We'll kind of get into it, Friday. So, class of the month. So, lead gen farming. So, this is going to be CVU Learning Center. Also, remember, if you're doing classes, Sales Pro is no longer really listing classes. Okay, so if you need to find classes, educational resources, use CVU Learning Center on the desk, or you can download the app. Okay, but lead gen farming is the class that they're focusing on this month, and you can sign up for that at CVU Learning Center to register.
As a reminder for me, call Patty if you're trying to figure out how to farm. She'll help you find a neighborhood. She'll help you figure out which ones are owner occupied, which ones are investment properties, and who you're kind of targeting, so you can make your advertising dollars and energy go further with figuring out exactly who you're talking to and what the message is.
Yeah. And then just a reminder, these are some of the classes that are going to go on. So for today, obviously we talked about the lead gen farming, Outlast, Craft Compelling. Tomorrow there's buyer strategies, there's lots of stuff. Thursday, so this whole list will be in the sales deck as well, plus you can find this on CVU Learning Center.
Tax season. If
Yes.
you missed this, you can go to Wealth Builder Expo to watch this recording. They talk a little bit about LLC versus S Corp, which are the people talking about and trying to figure out how they're going to pay their taxes. It would be good to pop in and understand that specifically. They're also talking about short-term rental loopholes. I don't even know what that is, but honestly, you're going to watch it yourself.
I haven't gotten into those yet. And then just overlooked things. I mean, these are things I never even thought about, but a lot of people hire family for tax strategies. I think you can hire your kids. I mean, I can't take advantage of that. I'm trying to employ my dog, it won't work, but no one can do that. But anyway, the recording's going to be up. I don't know how long, but that is at wealthbuilderexpo.com. If you want to watch that if you missed it the first time, or if you just want to refresh it. And also a reminder, if you have changed, if you've moved over the last year and you have a new address, go to my CV desk, go to your profile, verify that the address that is in there is your correct mailing address where you want your 1099 to go. Okay? Otherwise, you can go to whatever address is in there. So verify that information is correct. If you need to update it, let Jamie or McKenna know, they can help you with that. So, this is sold out. I don't know how many used the link I sent, which was at the end.
Thank you.
That was an early registration.
He wasn't supposed to share that one.
I wasn't supposed to share that. I didn't know that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
glad
thanks.
it worked for you all, and I'm glad nobody came after me and said, hey, this was exclusive to you. But it was an early registration link for being a major donor at the board. And so I just shared it out, and then I realized later when they announced, hey, we opened public registration on Friday, I was like, oh, well. So if you got in, you're welcome. So it just sold out, I think, within like 30 minutes once they opened it up on Friday. Like, it was gone. That being said, they are going to live stream it if you were unable to get in, can't be there on person. There will be a recording. Live stream, however, is going to be through, you have to be a member of the Salt Lake Board of Realtors members group on Facebook. That is where they're going to be live streaming it from. So if you're not a member and you want to see this, you want to catch the recording, then go to that and remember, it's the membership page, right? And request to be friended there, and you can watch it there. The housing report, once it's all said and done, that will be up at Salt Lake or slrealtors.com, so you can actually get a copy of the report that they're going to be speaking about. But Jim Wood, he speaks more locally. He is local with Ivory Boyer's with the Kim Gardner Policy Institute, and then Lawrence Yoon, as most people know, he's our chief economist for NAR. He does cover more of a national outlook on what's going on with housing. He touches a little bit locally. He does, get the information here, but Jim Wood tends to focus more on our local stuff.
Kel wants to know if we're going to stream this live video.
So I'm getting to that. So I am going to try. Here's the thing, and I may need one of you to volunteer to do this. I won't be here, and the only way to stream it is I need somebody who wants to log into their Facebook here and stream it through there. So The staff is, because they're not members of the board, they can't be members of the Salt Lake Board of Realtors page or group. So if there's anybody here that has no problem just logging into your Facebook and streaming that, then we will stream it here live right here. So that is a plan. I just need to find somebody to do it. So yes, Raquel, I'm working on that, and oh, she'll be here. So we may use yours. So yes. Maybe she volunteered. I don't know. So, but yeah. So that again, Friday, plan on that. Starts at 9 a.m. So we'll get that set up. And get that going. Okay. Realtors 500. For those of you that have not reported all your sales, the final deadline for any sales in 2022 have to be loaded up and reported by this Friday. Okay. Those sales have to be on the MLS. They can't just be sent in and verified that way. You have to be, Salt Lake Board of Realtors has to be your primary membership. If you belong to multiple MLSs, Salt Lake Board has to be your primary. And but they all have to be reported at utahrealestate.com in order to qualify for the Realtor 500 this year. So my guess is, I'm trying to get an estimate on where that threshold is going to be, just so you all know. I believe the Realtor 500 threshold is going to be around 11.5 million in volume this year. It's bouncing right around there. It is lower than it was last year. I think last year was 12 or 13 million, if I remember correctly, but it might have been a little bit higher. But it is down a little bit, so if your volume of sales is around 11.5, if there's anything you're missing, maybe you helped a buyer do an off-market property, maybe you sold something off-market, as long as it's loaded up on the MLS by Friday, it will count towards it. Okay?
So, Michael, we're not responsible for checking to make sure that...
You're not responsible for checking and verifying anything like that. They will pull it. Basically, they pull it off the MLS. They just pull the volume. It's the primary agent that's listed. So for any of your teams out there, if you are... If the team, whatever that primary agent is listed, so you've got a, the listing and co-agent, the main agent is the one that is going to get that volume credit that's on the MLS, just so you know. And so, but yeah, you don't have to calculate your sales that way. You don't need to turn them and certify them. That's how they used to do it. You don't need that. He's not here, and we have a couple to welcome. We just don't have pictures for everybody yet. But Luke Mathers just joined us. What, 2 weeks ago?
Right around Christmas?
Yeah. So, really nice guy. Super excited. He is a new agent, but really ambitious, and just wants to work. So, want to welcome him here. Even though he's not here.
See his face around the office?
Yeah, I know he is. We got a couple others that once we get some pictures, we'll get them up here as well. So, reminders. So next Monday we're closed for Martin Luther King Day. So January 16th, and we also will not be on the sales meeting that following Tuesday because we're information we need to prep for. So we'll be open on Tuesday, but we are closed next Monday. So if you need anything from staff, just know that we'll be gone. If you need anything, get it to them early on Friday, anything for the weekend. So that's kind of what we were talking about when it can be award distribution dates. This is when your awards are going to be released on your desk. So digital award certificates will be released on desk on the 31st. Your designation percentages will be released that day, and then the new 2023 award criterion chart will also be released on the desk that day. February 8th, the rankings will be released. So agent teams, national and by state offices, and then the top 10s. So, and you'll get notices, emails. They typically send them out and let you know that you're, anything that applies to you is on the desk at that time. Any questions on them? And if you want to know kind of where you're at, I can get an idea. I know that they're still finalizing things, but if any of you have any questions, just come see me or your staff. We can look that up. Okay? National Rookie of the Year. So this is, if you're a newly licensed agent with Coldwell within the last 18 months, then, and you have not submitted for this, then it's based on your closed adjusted gross commission income and total units, and branch staff will help submit if you think that this could apply to you, okay? And so, I don't know when they'll be going through that. Anyway, January 27th for submission. So there's a couple actually out of here that I wouldn't mind throwing in there that I think have a good chance. And then Real Trends, so they will submit this on your behalf. So basically, if you have reached the thresholds for submission, they lower them in 2022. So minimum size for an agent, 40, minimum volume, 16 million. Teams, minimum size are 60, minimum volume, 24 million. But again, they will automatically submit those on your behalf. It will also cover your submission to Asian Real Estate Association of America and the LGBTQ plus the Alliance. Those are membership-based organizations. So if you're a member of those, then these will also be submitted to those organizations for you, just so you're aware. If anybody has any questions, let us know on those. I thought there was any questions. Now we're going to jump into our little listening game. Let me see. Oh, I like how you covered it. I was all looking up who's going to cheat. Who's going to cheat?
All right, Danny Griffith. He's got a new one in West Jordan. Any guesses on sizes?
2,100 square feet, 4 bedrooms.
Okay.
I have not seen this listed.
Okay, I was going to say.
That
was very
Is he right on?
detailed. You're over there, so. 3 beds, 2 baths, 2,000 square feet. Per acre.
3
What
beds
price
is
did you
all?
say?
I didn't say a price.
Oh, okay. Don't say the price, because I don't know. What do you guys think? So West Jordan, 3 bed, 2 bath, 2,000 square feet. 410?
Yeah. 505.
460.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Just along is the new one, 4482 South Stonington Way in Salt Lake. Guesses on, is that a townhome?
Townhouse.
Okay, townhouse.
Okay. So I'll say
So
4 beds.
I think that's west.
I'm gonna say 4. 4-3. 4-3.
The zip code is 84126. I don't know which.
84126.
Yeah.
126. Oh, that's south.
Guesses on size. Townhome. 4-3.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 4-3. Ooh, yeah, there you go.
2,300 square feet. Townhouse on 1.1 acre. Price?
510.
Oh, it didn't work. Oh.
Hey, guess. Guess.
535.
Yeah. So, Raquel and Jenny have a new one. 3274 West, 6960 South, West Jordan.
Next one, I want to do this in my copy.
Oh, you copied it?
Dang it. It told me PowerPoint was struggling this morning. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Okay, now we know. Now you know.
4 bed, 2 bath, 1,700 square feet, quarter of an acre for 535. Okay, you guys, guess the next one.
Yeah.
No, it worked.
I don't understand why.
No, it worked. Okay. If you know, you can't. Okay. 7417 West, Narrow Leaf Drive, in Harriman, Breitlinger.
5-3.
5-3? What's that?
Might have been
3,000.
Might have been.
4, 3.5, 3,300 square feet, quarter of an acre. 750?
675.
8.
710.
650. Wow. Good price.
Yeah, it is.
Listen.
Price to move.
Yeah. And Raquel and Jenny have another one at 2316 East Briarwood Drive in Holiday.
No, let's take her fully, it's gorgeous house.
Yeah. Okay, this is a little deceptive here.
Winter fixtures always come on.
Yeah, I don't like the snow in there.
But you've been in it, so no.
45.
I think we've seen this one.
We saw the open house today.
That's right.
Oh, let's see, it's got to at least have 4
I did
beds
this
in
for
it.
Joey.
Yeah, there you go.
I figured out how to do the half and the quarter bath.
Oh, okay. So 4, 1.5, and a quarter bath. 2,800 square feet, 0.3 of an acre. Guesses on prices. So this is right off 23rd East, over here in Holiday.
Oh, 7, yeah, I was going to say about that, yeah.
710?
say 100.
100 mil.
100 million.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just gotta throw out a fun number.
Wow. I know where they started.
We'll go to 9 anyway then.
It's still the same.
Yeah. Okay. 1.065. So,
Highly
this
recommend checking out
is
this
a
house.
complete remodel, if I remember correctly.
It was built in 1907. The home is like 113 years old. We had the whole family come through on the open houses this weekend, and they loved it. Like, the family had it within the family for the whole time the home's been there.
There was
So
10
there's so much
layers of
history.
wallpaper.
Yeah.
It was really,
Oh.
it was really crazy.
The
You could
ceilings
see-
were lofted somehow. There was like a bunch of dead space, so like you have like almost 12-foot ceilings on the main floor.
It's a cool house.
Wow. Cool. Okay. If you have anything coming up, I forgot to say this, so at home, if you guys have any wants or needs, any listings coming up, please pop them into chat. Anyone here? Tracy?
My little bungalow on 2849 East, 2880 South there in Canyon Rim is probably gonna be back on the market Friday. We've had all the old carpets refinished and the downstairs carpets cleaned. It's 2,000 square feet, so it could be single level living on the main floor, and you could also have an apartment downstairs with 2 bedrooms and a full bath. There's laundry downstairs and upstairs. Got a great garage, it's like 20 by 29. And if you have anybody that is a gardener, master gardener, stuff like that, the lady doesn't live there anymore. She's moved into assisted living, but she had the front and backyard planned out professionally by a gardener, and it's phenomenal. Looks like hell right now, but anyway, that'll probably be back on. Under 600, I'm hoping for 589, something like that.
Okay. And when?
Probably by Thursday or Friday.
Okay. Marcia?
Yeah, I've got a couple coming up, probably the first week of February. One is the 18th, 30th South area on a cul-de-sac. That's like 3-4 acres. At a house being work that it's got themselves. It's a great little area. And then another one, yeah, it was so pretty special. So you missed that. She's laughing. I saw one, it's like a walk week coming up, probably the first week of February. It has a really big lot, like 4 to 2, I believe, and a straight brick. And it's really nice. But you could do a flat flow lot and build something that like subdivide it, or give an opportunity to do like easy on that. Lots of garage space for if there's if you were working with anybody who needs to build like a mechanic shop or something like that. And then I also need a condo for somebody, probably 350, 400, even on that. That should be comfortable with. It could even be a 1-bedroom, kind of anywhere in the area. So it's good for anywhere. So that's fun.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Wants, needs?
This might be a stretch, but I'm kind of looking for a commercial property, land, or could have an existing structure anywhere in Park City, surrounding areas, Midway, Denver, to do a wedding venue.
Ready, venue?
Have
Okay.
you looked and watched it? Is that?
I haven't looked at it yet. We're trying to see how far she wants to stretch. She would like Park City proper, but for the price point, I don't.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Adrian?
And hopefully in the next couple weeks, I should have a listing coming up in Taylorsville off of 53rd and about 22nd West.
Okay.
Awesome split level, very well maintained, pretty much one owner throughout the life of the property. We may have been one owner before that, but they've owned it for over 30 years. Great property, 1/4 of an acre, covered RV parking, 2-car garage. Yeah, great home with some updates. Probably can be listing hopefully around 465, 475, still kind of pretty good.
Okay. Perfect.
Raquel needs a house on the east bench with a Killer Valley view and a nice owner's suite up to 1.5 mil.
All right. Okay, just a quick recap. January 10th, so today we've got that title review class following this. Forecast breakfast on Friday. Again, office closed next Monday, no sales meeting. 30 under 30 applications, we talked about this last time, those are due by January 18th.
Coldwell?
Say what?
Is that Coldwell?
It's not.
It's NAR. So 30, yeah, 30 under 30 for NAR. Probate class, 1 hour CE on January 31st, it'll start at 11. And then the economic summit will be live broadcast in the office as well on the 31st, and that was 2:34, I think.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anybody have anything they want to share? All right, guys. I'll let you go. We'll wrap it up.
All right.
Stick around for a title class.
Yes. Thanks, everyone.
So
Have a
I
great
guess-
week.
I guess we get Monday off then, huh?
Well, I
If you're
never had.
self-employed, do you ever get Monday?
Well, we don't have days off.